Hey everyone. I've tried this for 3 times and I'm not redoing the drawings, so I'm just gonna be getting to the point. This is a video response to Street Skates drawing pet peeve. Not drawing pet peeves. That's another one I'm gonna do in a couple of minutes. But this is gaming pet peeve, and I've had problems due to my YouTube limit that's been happening because of some dumb fuck who reported on my Yakuza video for content towards Sega. If it wasn't that obvious and it matched third-party rights, but my limit got reduced to below 15 again, so I might as well just get to the point. And number one, angsty mofos. Maybe I should clear this out. Angsty mofos, angsty main characters I just can't seem to relate to because they're angsty, they really don't give a damn, and frankly, I don't see why I should give a damn about them. You know what I mean? It's most of the times it's boring. They're just emo. You just want to slap the shit out of them, tell them wake the fuck up and get out of your mopey world. But sometimes or a lot of times you have to deal with these kind of main characters, which just they kind of bring the story down. Even though Squall had a gunblade, he was emo as shit and mopey and angsty, and it personally annoys me to control a character like that. I would prefer to go back to silent characters than to have a character like that. But anyway, that's one topic. Even Lightning, I started liking Lightning for a bit, but then she just kept being this angry, furious person. And come on, eventually you just get over it. So, alright, that's number one, angsty characters. Number two, generic soldier guy. Personally, walking gun should be more of a description. And what do I mean by that? I mean that generic soldier dude you'll see in Call of Duty that basically has no emotion, will just do the order, will be that one soldier in this massive war that'll go and face the enemy head on while the rest is, just smoking s'mores or being bullet sponges. And hell, I could even add Killzone in there because your soldier just doesn't prove to have attitude. Unlike games like, let's say, Duke Nukem or Mad Hazard, but even Duke Nukem lost a bit of attitude, but still he has attitude, compared to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 character, where he's just like, alright, take the shot. Or most of the time he just won't talk. The only time he might talk would be during sequences where you are not that soldier. Fun times, right? Fun times. So, alright, that was generic soldier guy. And let's see. Oh, yes, my number three would be press A or welcome to die. That's right, quick time events, which I've renamed quick time fuck, because if you miss it, you'll be saying fuck and then, just near throwing that fucking controller because you'll be bullshitted by a stupid little button press after you've pressed did that entire boss fight using your, mind memory of all the moves you have acquired during the game. Eventually, that QuickTime event has nothing to do with what you're used to press and is gonna fuck you over. And most of the time, if you miss it, you're gonna die. And that is a shitty way to do QuickTime events because God of War, most of the QuickTime events, or okay, an interesting use of the QuickTime event is either you take a bit of damage, but you're not forced to do it. Another use of God of War QuickTime event is you basically kicking the enemy while he's down. You've took maybe 5 minutes to beat that boss, and now you're just finishing the job, and that is a great thing because you do not have to, you're not on the press this or die. You're basically finishing the job, kicking the boss while he's down, taking satisfaction in just going, yeah, that's right, you thought you could defeat me? Screw you. So God of War did it well, and after a lot of people saw what God of War did, they began just adding these press this button or die sequence, which sucks. So I'm hoping a lot of developers hear this because QuickTime events are not smart. They're shitty gameplay mechanic if you're using them in the wrong way. Hell, even look at Yakuza. They found a way to make it right because you're not dead on miss. You just either take a bit of damage, but if you get it, you get a super move bar. Awesome. Reward and consequences. Why can't people think about this thing? Hell, a bit like God of War. You kill the monster with a quick time event, you get more, what was it? Blood? Herb? Or you get more health out of it. Smart reward, not just the miss it or die, or even worse, miss it and the boss magically gets back all that energy and blood you made him lose in the next few minutes. Does that make sense? Fuck you, Castlevania 360. Now, another one I want, or my pet peeves when it comes to gaming, is split screen co op. I miss that. When I have guests over at my apartment, I kind of want to play a game co op with them. And nowadays, there's been more and more multiplayer games forcing us to go online for this kind of co op. Hell, even Shank. Shank added a split screen co op, but it wasn't campaign. And now they've added online co op, but it's not even campaign. I would like to have co-op like Final Fight where one of my friends could just tag along and join in and we would have a lot of fun just beating up the enemies together at the same place or at home, and we'd even resume it another weekend because we had this much fun kicking the shit out of those bad guys, making real tag team effort, while being next to each other and then learning techniques and moves and then being like, how the hell did you do this move? Well, I just pressed this button like this. Oh shit, awesome. But we don't have this nowadays. We have to do it co-op with some random little 4-year-old that doesn't even know a few things about first-person shooters and likes talking smack if you're not doing it well. Yes, online griefing has become big because, well, there's more dumbasses online and they don't know the punishment of trying to pull that shit off while you're next to someone. Frankly, I hope that I hope that we get more strict methods toward these kinds of dumbasses, or I don't know, just more split screen co-op. And then, last and not least, money leeching day one DLCs. Yes, I am talking about the plague that's influencing us nowadays. We've had two in a row, and I'm talking about EA's Mass Effect and Capcom Street Fighter X Tekken. Those day one DLCs just here to cash in. Well, okay, Capcom on this DLC, Mass Effect day one DLC, practically the same thing because the on this day one DLC is on disc. So they basically want to make you pay for on disc content, and that's a real piece of shit. If it's on the disc, why can't I just purchase it now? It's not like it's not complete. It is complete. It's complete. Why isn't it on disc? Why can't it's on disc? Why can't I access it? all right. As confusing as it is, there's two sides to this argument. There's producers having different kind of pipelines and trying not to give faulty and failed products. But there's exceptions to that because if your product is already in there, not faulty, no glitches or whatsoever, then why do I have to pay extra for it? Right? Right. Why do I? You know what? I don't know what to add to this. It's money leeching. I wanted to add online passes, but online passes is the other side where a lot of people like to buy these games after release when they go, if somebody's selling it on eBay or if somebody's selling it secondhand. And I can understand developers wanting to get a bit of money out of that because, secondhand, they don't really get anything out of it. But it's still a method of strong arming the consumer into giving you more money, and that's not honest. So I have to applaud studios like Sega. When it comes to Yakuza, you won't have any of that bullshit except if it's pre-order, but that's a pre-order. You pre-order, you get that content. You don't pre-order, you don't get that content. Even Twisted Metal, well, Twisted Metal has an online pass, but it doesn't have day one DLC. So, ha! And King of Fighters didn't have day one DLCs. They're just unlocking the content that you could unlock in the game if you want it. If you don't want to spend time to unlock them, then you can get that. That's convenient, right? And it's not really on disc DLC characters. It's, sprite modifications. It's not the Street Fighter 4 thing that we had a while back where you had secret characters that you had to unlock. This is basically content that you're not really supposed to have, in a sense. It's a weird method. Maybe we should make a video about that or leave it at that, but I don't know, I find it less schemy than what the hell happened with Street Fighter vs. Tekken, where the content was already on disc, people hacked it, noticed this content, the characters were still there, and the endings were still there. And if you're wondering why I'm talking fast, it's the whole YouTube limit thing. I'm trying to get this done fast because I've done this 3 times in a row, and I'm kind of sick of repeating myself in these videos that I have not uploaded because of, time limit skipped. So, I'm done. Again, in response to Street Skates video about gaming pet peeve, you guys enter your own thing as well. It's a fun topic. See you later, guys.